Good evening. Welcome to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host, and it's Thursday night chat, ladies and gents. So we brought the panel out and Ander. Good evening, Rich, Ozzy,
Good evening.
Ander.
Hiya.
Evening.
Are you two taking the piss putting players' names up? You know Ozzy doesn't know who they are.
I was a bit worried Ozzy was
Osvaldo
Ardiles.
By the way, I've got bone to pick with you, Martin.
Morning, Misery Guts.
I only agreed to come on because you said Alan was coming on. Otherwise, I'd have told you where to go.
Well, he's here.
He's here.
Hi, Al.
As usual, just the way we like him.
Yeah.
Expectations, yes. No, this is not an expectation. Oh my God. We just want to have a discussion about what are fans' expectations. Because everyone's got different ones, but the trouble is it's splitting the fan base this year. And we're just trying to find out why and what's going on, etc. So before anyone gets on high horses, just so we know. There we go. I just say Pep said that KD didn't play on Tuesday. Yeah, we talked about that post-match. Thank you, Mingy Wong. Much appreciated, mate. Peter Gresty, good evening, mate. DC's in the building. Good evening. Antoinette, even though let's get the 3 points on Saturday and go on another treble. This is what I mean. On to another treble. Like it's normality. Pep will then have 3 trebles at City. Oh, you're talking about what? Treble is in what? Premier Leagues, or are you talking about the treble? So you need to clarify now what you mean by the treble. I don't agree that expectations are too high. I just think fans demand more from the players because they know the players have it in them to win multiple trophies. Saying that, Salah, so would a lot of other teams think that as well. Because Arsenal spent 250 million quid. They think they've improved. Good evening, Chrome. Good evening, SOS. Caribbean Racer, hello. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. 14 more trophies to equal Fergie's trophy. Oh, come on, Pep, 5 more years. Did you hear the news of the charges to cheer Alan up? No, Cade, listen, we're not going to do rumour and counting rumour. There's no point. Because Alan will just say it's all bullshit and he don't believe any of it. So there's no point.
Alan's too busy admiring his posters.
Good evening, David Pike. How are you, mate? MCFR TV. Yes, man, Q8. Happy birthday to you, mate. You're on mute, Alan. You're on mute.
Sure, you should like that.
He's looking at his Nunez poster.
All
Nunez.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, include MCFR is down in the description. Ozzy, naughty boy in the chat. Good evening, Benno. How are you? Chrome, I keep people talking about the charges. What's happened? It was on the forum earlier that City have had some good news regarding it.
Go on, explain what's actually physically happened.
Nothing's been. It's just said they've had an update and it's good news.
Right. Where was this on? Man City forum or an actual
forum? I think.
Oh, that means nothing then, does it? Let's be honest. That
Told you. So what's the point? Alan's just.
That could have been said in the White Horse pub last night, and someone's believed it.
Alan, have you got a white hart pub near you?
No, the White Horse used to be the pub I used to live opposite in Walshaw Bury when I had my house.
But you do know that Cheeky was in the White Horse last night with Simon Pearce and Caldoun. Yeah.
So
if there's rumours from the White Horse,
no. Simon Pearce was in Freshwater in Sydney, mate. So let's get it right. He lives near you. Yeah, and he does live near you.
He does.
Hello, Kex. How are you, mate? Nathan Gray. We don't win everything. People review it as a failure, which is mental. That's my other side of the point. What is it people will accept as a failure and not as a failure? What does the word expect mean? I don't expect. I hope and dream for the best of my club. Yeah, listen, Blue, I'm with you, mate. I hope we get a heading. I hope we got a heading and a corner coach. We need one. 1 domestic, 2 main trebles, Martin. That 3. Right, get you now. Prem 1st of May. Evening, Ali, how are you? Don't tell him your name, Pike. Alan watching porn. I have no idea. That's up to Alan.
I did last night. It's very good, actually.
It's dwarf porn and it's not big and it's not clever.
Expectations are to compete for trophies. Simple. Again, is that not Liverpool's and Arsenal's expectation then? This is all I'm saying. We're not the only show in town, ladies and gents. What's the good news? I was on Blooming Forum. Some just believe it, some don't. Good evening to all Blues. Here's hoping Nunes starts on Saturday. Don't, you'll wind Alan up.
Listen, if it comes from the club, right, on the news, and the club actually said it, then I might believe it. But until then, it's just all the bullshit, and it is.
The club aren't going to say anything, even if it's true. So,
so how would anyone?
Nothing's coming from the club.
How would anyone know in the White Horse? How would anyone know in the White Horse that this is true?
People in the White Horse know. People in the White Horse know.
Well, they've had about 8 pints.
Yeah. Do you think people in the White Horse will know? Nay.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Everyone who's just knocked and nips over from LB stream, welcome. I hope you are all well. Thank you to LB for doing the redirect. Much appreciated, mates. So, yeah, gentlemen, we might as well start with it. Topic 1. It's quite a simple one. I know this is going to cause some meltdowns. I can see it happening already. I can just see it. Is our expectations too high for some fans? And the reason I ask that, because I know some fans have said we can win the treble this year. Some are demanding the treble again this year.
It's not going to happen every... Jesus.
Well, this is what I'm saying. What is because every match we're going into a game, and even when we win, there's a meltdown. And we're calling every player out. So what I'm asking is, what I don't know what I'm trying to figure out what the expectation levels are. I'm trying to figure out what is it everyone wants, because
Martin, you're asking for a psychological. Yeah, you're asking for a psychological breakdown of why Alan, will complain about City in every game, and you've got to go back to his childhood and the expectations set at primary school at a very young age to truly understand the psychology between the fan who truly believes that they should win everything every year, and the insecurity of their character and what drives that security.
Listen, I was at High Lane Primary School.
And also, you can talk about this well, I'm sure.
I was at High Lane Primary School in Whitefield getting bullied by Man United fans in the playground. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. And so that led to a psychological condition throughout your teenage years and into adulthood that has driven this insecurity and need for reflected success to make yourself feel, important.
Big up, Pipple up. Thank you so much for your super chat, mate. Hello, lads. Any of you watch the Academy games? That's to any of you. Does anyone watch Academy games on the regular?
Not regular, now and again.
I did last season, but I haven't really had a chance to watch this season.
Police Academy I watch.
I think you meant the City Academy.
All right.
Yes. Thank you, though, Pip. Appreciate that. I watched some. I just don't have the time to watch as many as I used to do. What does Andy know? Do you know some Andy?
Yeah. Just sold that calf for Lucas Paqueta.
I hope he does come. That means Nunes will do one.
The Alan
Nunes.
Might not be Nunes doing one. It might be the other one, Alan, who does one.
Oh,
won't be Nunes.
Well, might be because they only bought Nunes because they couldn't get Paqueta. Let's get it right.
Oh, because you were in the deal, weren't you? You were in the boardroom and you know all about that.
Yeah.
He was in the White Horse. He knows what went down.
Garbage. He's got a white hat.
Right, Andy, we'll start with you. Where do you at with this expectation? And the reason I'm saying it is I feel like I'm having arguments at every game. I feel like I'm having arguments every post-game now.
Well,
for fans online.
For 70 minutes you are at games. Anyway, but that's another story. why shouldn't we expect?
Because there's 19 other teams in the league, mate.
Doesn't matter. We're better than 19 other teams in the league. So why shouldn't we expect to be, like Jack's put it in there, because don't expect to win the treble, but he expects to compete. Now, that is a grounded response, to be fair.
We are competing.
Yeah. He's not saying we're not. He's saying that's what his expectations are. Now, if you don't have expectations, we may as well just pack up and go home.
No, I disagree with you. What expectations or dreams? I supported City for 30 years before I had any real expectations. Dreams. It's about dreams. It's about enjoying it. It's about appreciating the victory. It's not about becoming entitled. I had enough of that nonsense from them across the way.
Well, let's when I first started watching City in the 70s, we had expectations then of winning. And we won the League Cup and we finished second behind Liverpool by a point. So let's get it right. That side we have under Tony Bull.
Was played in black and white.
No, we've not all watched Bert Troutman like you, Alan. We've not all watched Bert Troutman.
In the 70s, mate, we finished second. We had a great side as well. We had a really good side. Gary Owen, Asa Artford, Peter Barnes, Dennis Stewart, Brian Kidd up front with Joe Royal, Corrigan in net. Or keep it. Yeah. So, Mick Doyle, Dave Watson, who both played for England. We had a top side. So let's say
we dreamed of winning the league, and we didn't have meltdowns when we didn't win it.
Don't dreams. Hey? When you put money on not you, Rich, in particular. When you put money on the lottery, because you don't, because you're minted anyway. So that's another story. So when you put money on the lottery. Is it a dream to win it?
Yeah.
So why can't you dream to have the best?
You don't expect to win it.
Eh? Yeah, I don't expect.
You don't expect to win it.
I dream about winning it. I don't expect to win it.
But like I said, we're better than, in my opinion, 19 other teams in the Premier League. So I'd expect us to finish above them.
Let me roll it back to a better question. What's a failure to you then this season?
There isn't a failure.
No, but see, Andy, this is the bit you're missing. There will be some to some fans, though. Andy, we don't win Brentford 5-0 and people are calling for Haaland and bloody Pep out the door.
Hang on. You asked me for my opinion. I can't speak for the numpties who expect something different. Mike, listen. I expect to finish above them 19 teams, right? Because of not only the squad we've got, but because of the manager we've got. And also, our away fans, they are worth points on their own. However, if we don't win anything, for me, it'll be hey-ho.
See, LB's with you. You got to keep high standards. Look to compete for everything. Look how some of the top clubs' standards have fallen.
Everyone should be with me because it's right.
Everyone should be. Everyone should be going in trying to win stuff.
You've got to have. Listen, if you don't have the expectations, just let's pack up the ball and go home.
No. And I'm not. This isn't about. I understand these expectations, but you know yourself. There's a meltdown every game now, whether we concede a goal or whether Haaland misses chances. There is a meltdown every game. People say to me, "I don't expect to win every game." But when we draw one game out of 13, there is a meltdown.
And I'd say Andy and Martin, let's be quite clear here. There's a difference between expectation and entitlement. Expectation is fine. We think we should win the league or we think we should compete for the league. Entitlement, when you think you're entitled to win the league, regardless, and you sulk and you melt down when you don't, is a very different thing to expectation.
Okay, I get that.
We should aim high, but we shouldn't whine about it if we don't get there.
That's my point.
So why not call it the show title? And are City fans entitled? Do they think they're entitled rather than expectations, because expectations and entitled is two different things.
Yeah. And I think that's what
I don't want to.
I think that's what Martin means.
Stop trying to cause
talking about
entitlement.
entitlement.
Whoa.
Has he bottled out of that title? Entitlement.
He's a diplomat.
Yeah.
Is that rhyming slang, Rich? He's a diplomat. No, but listen, we've got
absolute bastards.
And Martin, I don't know why you argue with these idiots, right? Because I was taught at an early age, never argue with an idiot because they'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience.
Right then. Anyway, no.
I don't like you being on top of me.
Nobody does.
You're my bitch. Go on, Ozzy. Because this is a topic you wanted to do weeks ago that I've kept you on a leash with. For
it's all Ozzy's fault, not Andy and me.
It is Ozzy's fault. Ozzy wanted this topic weeks ago, but we kept him on a leash.
Well, topics have bits of nuts in, don't they? Bits of shit, squirrel shit.
Where is Alan?
I don't know.
Let Alan speak.
He's gone. He's been on and off. I don't know where
you
he's
mean you
gone.
kicked him off, Martin? I mean, come on.
Oh, is that?
Let him have his moment.
Oh, because someone will accuse me in the comments afterwards that I've kicked Alan off.
He told me he was going to if he started chatting about Nunes.
Don't. You're causing enough shit online, you, about rumours. I had someone for 20 minutes the other night arguing with me, thinking I did leave on the 70th minute. It's like, do me a favour.
It was the 75th, actually.
73-20.
Go on, Oz.
LB, Martin's a dictator without the tater.
Hang on, you're way down in comments here. Carry on. Go on, Oz. Trying to get to Ozzy here.
It's all right. Yeah, so let's be honest. Have we got the best manager in the league? Yes. Have we probably got the best players?
No.
Let him finish, Rich.
They've got the best player in every position.
Rich, I know you've been to the pub, but let him finish.
You can have your moment, Rich, I promise. So,
that's what my missus says to me.
It's not even a Friday night. I'm trying to keep this really sensible tonight. I don't know what's happening. Jose, please go.
When are we ever sensible, Martin? Let's be honest.
I get told I was unprofessional the other day. I'm trying to make it more professional.
All right, okay. And how's that working out for you?
Quite well.
Yeah, so we've got the best manager, best players, the best owners, best city in the UK.
Martin, you never told me that Ozzy had become a Scouser.
Stop.
I was reading.
I've
been reading.
You knew it was coming, Martin.
And Liverpool have the best manager, the best players in every position.
Dave.
Let's say that when Alan comes back, the Liverpool.
Rich has been to the club, ladies and gents, so Rich may be a bit more. Right, Ozzy, please get to the point because these two are just dying to jump in.
I think City fans have got the right to be a little bit more entitled because, you know, Pep and the club and the players have set the bar, and every other club and every other team is trying to beat that bar. So for me, I think City fans have got the right to be a little bit more entitled because we've set this bar so high that Liverpool have struggled to beat it. They've only beaten it once since Klopp has come into their club. So for me, why not? Why can't we have high expectations? Why can't we be a little bit more entitled? Because as far as I'm concerned, if City's owners have decided that they knew what they wanted, they've gone out there, they've done it, unlike certain other owners who are now kind of speaking up and saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. City have done it.
I think you're being a bit unfair on Pep.
When did Liverpool do it? When did Liverpool win the Premier League? I don't remember that.
Pep, let's be honest.
COVID times.
Yeah.
Let's cut to the chase.
Go on then, Rich. Cut to the chase.
Up against City. Are up against underdogs. We're up against the greatest manager in football history.
You changed.
Yeah. We're up against the greatest manager. We're up against the greatest manager in football history. Probably the greatest goalkeeper in football history. The greatest right back in football history. The greatest left back in football history. The greatest centre back who's ever played the game. We're up against them. They've got an atmosphere that's worth 25 points a season because that tape recording is it's incredible when they put that musical on the tape recorder. And I don't even know how if City can get within 20 points of Liverpool, the quality they've got, then we've truly outstanding side. And how we're even still in the league against the Scousers is beyond me, because I've seen the best journalists in football. They've said that they're running away with the league. They've talked about their superiority in every position. I mean, I've read that Haaland would struggle to get on the bench there. So I think we need to admire Pep, that he's trying to compete against this juggernaut and that we're still in with a chance of winning the league. It's incredible. And Arteta too, to be fair.
No, Rich, I'm going to completely
obsolete.
I don't believe that. I don't believe Klopp is the best manager in the world. What are you talking about? The rubbish that's coming out of your mouth right now.
He's won two. He's won two.
What?
He's won two league titles.
You've been on the lash, and all of a sudden it's coming out.
He's won 2 league titles in 25 years. Don't knock it. He's incredible.
Come on, Alan.
And he's got great teeth.
Let's ask Alan.
I'm on about the Alan below me, not that imposter that's just suddenly appeared.
Good evening, Vata. How are you, my friend?
The first time you've said that, Ozzy.
No, won't be the last either.
Good evening, guys. Good to see you. How you doing, Blues in the chat? Blues on the panel. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. The topics tonight are they're quality. They're quality, and I had to jump in as quickly as I can because obviously this time of day kids are just getting back from school. But I want to get in on the convo. I always find it funny when I hear how they speak about rivals, and in the case for us, how they've spoken about Liverpool over the years and how they have the same eyes but see totally different things when they look at what City do, and they look at how City perform, and they look at what City have to deal with. Everything gets brushed like it's not even an accomplishment, like it's not even something that requires the fan base to be optimistic and hopeful and cheer the players on, to being very dismissive to what the players have to do with how they've challenged and how they've dealt with injuries. So I get it, and I'm not there like you. I didn't know the biases until I paid a lot more attention and started tuning into some of the broadcasts, right? Like, so how Sky Sports lean, how Talk Sport lean, and even with regards to some of the publications and what they post on the socials, it's so blatant, and it doesn't take much to actually see. And then when you hear rivals kind of dismiss it as, oh no, this is just reporting, or this is how it should be, or this is being objective. It's so laughable. Now, as Rich was kind of talking about what we have to go up against, we are really going up against everyone. And I don't say that in jest. I don't say that to be light. The fact that the league we have to remember, it's the clubs within the league that push for the quote unquote investigations or removal of City with regards to the club and these charges. It's also this whole pending thing over the players and the club and the managers, ownership, all of those on the directing boards, to have to deal with that while still trying to pursue to win. That's not an easy thing. In past experiences, whenever there's been something kind of looming within the company, you're worried about your future. You're worried about your career. So the players have to deal with that. And the fact that they perform is absolutely amazing because you know they're being asked, whether it's from journalists or whether it's even whispers amongst their family and friends. So I've been incredibly proud of how the players have kept their level from the first time that these charges were laid to our feet. And this pursuit of a four-peat, it's actually the most difficult thing the players, a club in England, has ever had to deal with. And now couple that with the charges on top of that. But the pursuit of a four-peat, no one's pursued it with this close proximity and possibility. So I'm extremely proud. Whether we accomplish it or not, we have to wait and see. But there's not going to be a blow up for me. There's not going to be a I'm demanding or expecting this four-peat, but I'm loving the journey for it because listen, it's almost an impossible task to begin with. So I'm encouraging them as best as I can. Now, the criticism, sorry, I know I'm long-winded, but the criticism is the day of the game. So the day of the game, I'll look at a player and be like, oh, you weren't on it today, or you messed up with regards to this pass, or you had a chance to shoot and you scuffed it, or defensive assignment, you didn't run back, you weren't checking. Those happen. Obviously, the critique of the players in the team. But to say before a ball was even kicked at the end of the season that I expect us winning the title, what fan can actually do that? We're playing it.
Stop, mate. I need to stop you, man. Can you two stop having your private chat in the chat, please? Please.
Who?
Ozzy and Rich.
Alan and Andy.
Jesus.
I want Alan to talk.
Carry on, Vader.
I just want to say that we're playing against 19 other teams. And we know that we get their best effort week after week. We're the European English champions. I said it the other night. If we don't get the best effort from a team, I'm actually slighted. I feel disrespected because we raised these trophies for a reason. We should be getting everyone's best effort. Now, whether we play on the day to actually beat them, that has to be determined. But there's no demand or expectation in terms of a set right. I find it hard.
Drop now, Vader. Now your mic drop, mate. Mic drop it. Good man. Right. Benno, thank you so much for your 79p super sticker. Magnificent, mate. Thank you for your generosity.
Before you join tonight, mate, I was saying I do expect us to win the league. I know we're better than 19 other teams in the league. However, my stance is if we don't win the league or win anything, I'm not bothered. But the point is, some fans are bothered. They go into meltdown. But I have got expectations that we'll win the league, win the Champions League, win Subbuteo, win Tiddlywinks if we put a team out because we are better than everybody else. That's not arrogant. That's just factual. You only have to see our past, 7-8 years in particular, to know that we are better than everybody else. So why should we expect to win the league?
Yeah, I mean, I know the quality that we have and the quality that we acquired. It's just, I don't know, man. It's
later in the summer. This is what gets me. Everyone told us our business in the summer was disgraceful and garbage.
We did get a lot of criticism for the players that left.
And now I'm being told we should be on for the treble. So this is my point. Which one is it? Because the narratives are changing week in, week out to suit. This is where I get annoyed with it. Because last week I got told, and I will quote you, I'll read it you out now. And Andy knows this, and I quoted this earlier on as well on another show. I think it was on BBC GMR when I was talking to Emily.
I was on there tonight, by the way, just saying.
And you are on there. I think I've already told you this, Andy. Yeah, it is. It's fans like you that need to fuck off back to Main Road. You are ruining the club.
Wait. I'm trying to understand the context. Because I said we won 1-0, wasn't the best performance, but we won 11 out of 12.
I said something
because I sent a statement of it. You're
too happy.
Okay with the 1-0 win.
Such a happy club.
It was fans like me that need to fuck off back to Main Road.
But there is something though, Martin, and we've spoke about it God knows how many times. I consider that you follow the wrong people.
It's a compliment. I can't think of anything better than fucking off back to Main Road.
Yeah, I agree with you, Richard.
But it's
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't we be entitled though? So, Alan, please talk.
Okay.
Alan's already spoke. He did a really good. Were you not listening, Andy?
No. Listen. Let me say. Right. Let's get it real. Okay. The club is not the same club as it was 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because of the investment in the club and the way that the owners have built it up, and Caldoon has built it up and built this business. Let's be honest, the business is enormous. They've just bought another club this week, right? The club is worth, God knows, £5 billion or whatever it's worth at the moment. Ridiculous amount. Okay, considering where we've come from, expectations have clearly changed. All right, because of the investment we're in, we're no longer the mid-table, bottom of the league club anymore, who are scraping money, we're living week to week. We're no longer that club anymore. I went through those days, and so did Andy, so did Richard, so did Martin. Okay, I'll never take them days away because I loved every second of it. I didn't enjoy Division 2, and I'm going to admit I didn't enjoy it. Instead of taking 3/4 of every ground, which we did. We love that, but expectations now have clearly changed. Plus now, because it's been a decade of success at the club, or we can only call it success because that's what it's been, they've got a new generation of Man City fans, the younger ones, who have never really seen City struggle. We have, all right? So they expect to win things. Now, with the side we've got and with the money available and facilities that we've got, the way it's been run, we expect to compete every year. I'm not going to use the word win trophies, it's compete, because like Martin says, there are other teams that want to win trophies as well. And we're not going to win the league every year. It's impossible, right? We're not going to win the Champions League every year. It's impossible, right?
Yeah, but
if we compete every year for those trophies and get as far as we can and hopefully win something, I'm over the moon. But I'll be honest with you, and I said this to Martin a while ago, and Richard, if I die in 10 years' time and City have won 5 trophies in 1 year and won the treble once, and it's only once that we do it, I'm going to die a happy man, because 20 years ago, I would have dreamt that we'd have won 1 trophy, a League Cup, so let alone anything else.
To be fair, Alan, if you make it to 84, you've lived longer than the average Australian, so you've done well.
Exactly. So what I will say is, if at the end of the day, we've seen City win the treble, right? Wherever you were in the world at that day, you were watching it. There wasn't one of us that wasn't crying, because I was in tears. I never thought I'd ever see City even get to the Champions League, let alone win it.
So this is what I want to get clarity on, because I understand you looking at the investment, you look at how we're run, you're looking at what we've established to say we like expectations that we compete for the title.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use this because I'll be honest, I don't pay attention to what my rivals do. I don't know how they've improved within their structure. I don't know what they've improved facility-wise. I don't know really how they've improved with their players. So when I say I expect us to compete, yes, but to say I expect us to win, that's where it's like, but it's sport. I you know what I mean? Like, so I'm a little lost for that.
Veta, we're not going to win the league every year. We're not.
Alan.
Yeah.
No, Veta's agreeing with you.
Seasons,
I agree. I agree.
In the last 6 seasons, how many titles have we won?
A lot. All of
Fine,
them, all of them, apart from
what
one.
Alan's saying is, obviously, we're not going to do that for the next 10 years. There is going to be a cut-off point.
There are
Why
other
not?
teams. There are other
I
teams.
know.
Like
That's
Liverpool.
where the entitlement comes from.
In the last 6
You're expecting
seasons,
City. Obviously,
we have won the title all but one.
Yeah.
Right.
Why can't we continue that?
Because it would be
we're not going to.
it would be boring. All of us would fall out of love with City.
winning the
It would
league
be
every
boring.
year.
I mean,
Why is that boring?
What?
We
Because
celebrate, wouldn't we?
there is
So
no.
is it a failure
there-
to Ozzy? Is it a
there's
failure
no-
to not win the league?
Life is about the
Was
ups
it?
and downs of life. There is no happiness without sadness. There's no achievement without failure. There's no, pleasure without pain. Like it would just be if we kept winning every year, it would become utterly boring.
You know what?
But-
Actually,
but hang on
It's
a minute. Hang on a
about
minute.
jeopardy.
You're not-
It's about
No.
excitement.
No,
It's
no, I'm
about the
no.
fact that you succeed
go ahead, Rich.
No.
Go ahead.
because you're close to failure. And
Ozzy, get him.
and,
Get him.
you know,
Get him. Ozzy,
I've
get him.
loved
because
I've loved the
what-
seasons
no,
where it's
no.
close.
No.
Right, let me ask you
what happened? What happened in the 90s and the early noughties? United were winning the league most years. Did they complain about winning the league? Did they go, "Oh, this is all boring. We're winning the league every year"?
Like I don't know if this is after the threshold, but they became one of the biggest bunch of entitled bellends the planet has ever seen. They became intolerable, insufferable, utterly tedious.
No, but we're not talking. That's the different conversation, Rich. You're talking fan base.
I'd rather go back to Division 2 than become
Rich,
like
Rich,
that.
Rich, no. See, go on. That's what you prefer. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like,
I'm just saying.
I understand people expecting trebles. I don't. This is where I disagree. My opinion, I don't understand that. A treble has only been done twice in 24 years. There is no precedent
treble.
for
I
it
just
to
said
be
we
done.
should be winning the league every year.
Well, I
Why
disagree.
can't we?
Well, we should compete for the league.
We should compete.
No. I'm sorry, but
Ozzy,
Ozzy's playing PlayStation 5 again.
do you think Liverpool and Arsenal are not going to improve?
There you go.
Ever?
Can I ask you all a question then? Before I ask this question, I want to go back to some of what Alan said because I think it's a very, very valid point about there's a certain age of City fans now what have not seen failure. So that's where the expectations come in. You flip that totally round. United fans used to be like that. So United fans of a certain age now, a young age, they've not seen their shit club, win anything. So all we've done is a flip in a footballing cycle, if that makes sense. But let me ask you a question, right? So expectations. Are you telling me Sheikh Mansour doesn't expect to win the league? He probably won't. He probably doesn't think we're entitled to, but with the investment and stuff like that, with the infrastructure we've got, with the best manager on the planet we've got, you would surely expect to win the league.
I think he expects us to compete.
You expect to compete. You're not guaranteed to win the league. Like this
You're
year,
Arsenal spent the same as us, so they not.
You're not guaranteed to win the league because Liverpool have the best manager, the best player in every position, and they haven't won the league for 4 years.
and the fans get let out of Walton Jail every weekend so they can watch the club.
Rich, can you go and get your dog, please, to talk some sense in that household?
Yes.
No, this is the point, though. Arsenal spent 250 odd million quid.
Yeah,
are they not entitled to the league then?
They're entitled to compete.
Who's got the best manager? Who's got the best players, Martin? Who's got
Liverpool?
Now you are sounding like Liverpool fans, Ozzy.
No, I'm not.
Are you just trying to
hang on a minute, Ozzy? We've spent all season saying how shit. Everyone spent all season saying how shit Nunes, Kovacic, Walker is. They wanted Walker out the door last week. They wanted Nunes out the door last week. They wanted Walker out the door. Kovacic out the door. We shouldn't have signed him. Do you want me to go through the rest of them, Ozzy? Because I've got a list of about 12 here, mate.
Isn't that just a general?
That's just Alan's list. I mean,
no, it isn't, Ozzy. It's Ozzy, I've done post matches for the last 3. I've had time to sell Haaland, time for Alvarez to move on. From genuine City fans.
There are some fans who are going to always be, just kind of a little bit silly, say the odd thing when they get upset. We all say things when we're upset. But when we calm down the next day, we're all just like, yeah, okay, on to the next game. So
the thing is, when we don't win the league, Ozzy, you're going to get a shell shock you put into your system.
No,
I agree with the
what you're saying. We're not going to win the league.
Compete every season. We have no right entitlement to win it every year, because then we are what we always said we were never going to become. Them down the road.
That's not the question of the. That's not the topic question, though. The question is.
Thank you, Andy.
The question is expectations. So you can't.
Well, not an expectation. My expectation is not to win the league every season.
Martin, Andy,
to compete.
Expectations means what you think you're going to be capable of, and all we can do is as long as we compete. If we win it, fantastic. If we don't win it, as long as you compete for it, I'm quite happy. The only time that I won't be happy is if we don't compete.
Do you think Pep goes into the dressing room and says to the players,
No one's saying that. No one's saying that.
Listen, guys.
But why did Pep?
No. Pep goes into the dressing room and he goes, guys, don't worry. You just go out there and do your very best.
No one said that.
Don't worry if we win or lose. It doesn't matter.
Well, why does Pep keep coming out having a go at the fans then?
Not even Thomas Frank does that.
But why does Pep keep coming out having a pop at the fans then?
Klopp does.
Klopp does.
All managers do. All managers have a pop at fans every now and again.
Listen, Martin, Pep has done it with players, hasn't he? Last season, he had a bit of a niggle about De Bruyne, and De Bruyne went right then. And it's the equivalent. Forget whether Pep's doing it. So if there's a quiet atmosphere, not just at the Etihad. If there's a quiet atmosphere, you get players going, come on. So do we have a go at the players as well?
Yeah. So spot on, Andy. Spot on.
The same thing. He's trying to generate some sort of atmosphere. Now, Pep did it the other week with De Bruyne. He had no intention of playing De Bruyne on his comeback. Sat on the bench. The atmosphere was flat. Pep didn't go like that. He just went, Kev, just go and warm up. All of a sudden, the atmosphere went boom. So it's not just Pep. Every player up and down the country.
Mm-hmm.
And manager to that extent do exactly the same. We're only focusing on that because we support City. But
no. The point I'm making, Andy, is, and this is your point of it, is every time we drop a point, every time we concede a goal, there is a whole meltdown on socials. You can't deny there's not.
No, but you're not gonna change that personally, mate. So just
I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying I am. What I'm saying is part of the reason is because of expectations.
Yeah, but we have expectations, Martin. The expectations are that we go out there and we win the league.
So why?
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Your expectations are
okay. Yeah. Martin, Martin against.
I'm not telling you what yours should be. I'm just telling you that is what.
If City don't win a trophy, mate, I don't give a flying some shit, mate. We don't win a league.
Mate, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have that opinion.
Listen,
I'm
telling you what the club, Pep, and the players want. They want to go out there.
Said as long as we compete. Got the quote.
Ozzy, what you're missing is that Eric Ten Hag has that same view. They started the season at United
Mandy Staples said he wanted
and believing they should win the league. Newcastle felt like that. Liverpool felt like that. So, of course, Pep feels like that. Why wouldn't he? But there's 6 or 7 teams in the Premier League who go in seriously believing that they're good enough to win the league.
Okay,
but who was
6 are going to fail.
At the last 6 seasons, who's won the league?
And who spent the least money out of those 6 teams in building strength on that? Us. All of those have spent more money and have invested more in their teams to improve.
I'm talking about what has happened over the last 6 seasons, apart from one season, who has won the league.
Yeah, but Ozzy, we know out of the last 6, we've won 5. But this is where it's unfair because now we got to think of year 7, right? Because we know year 7, those that didn't win it all invest to win it. So I want City, and City's been competing. City's been competing, right? We've looked at the players that have left, and Pep is still getting a tune out of these players and making it work. But before a ball's kicked, as a fan, I want my club to win it, but I can't say that I expect them to win it. I myself, I know that it's different amongst the base. And when we want to talk about some of the fan base that all they've seen is winning, I can understand it in that regard. But when you know sport, though, whether you've competed or not, you know that it's not in a bubble. You know that you could probably play maybe your best football based off of the players that you have, but the other team happens to be better because we only played.
Can I just answer this from
no
Pardo?
team?
Can I just answer this from Pardo? One second. I've got a couple of super chats that I do need because people have been so kind with
before you do, Martin, I've got to go because I'm going to interview somebody. So I will speak to everybody later. Okay.
Oh, it is. Cheers, Alan. Take care,
Alan.
No, I've not kicked him off. Pardo, so Alan, Martin, will you be content if we finished second? At least we competed.
Love you, Alan.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will, Pardo.
If we've done the best we can.
As long as we've tried our best and we've come second and we've competed, then yes, I'm fine with it.
Right, let me ask you.
I am not here, Pardo.
Just to make one point behind what Vader said, no team in English football history, and you're talking about the great sides of Sunderland, Huddersfield, Everton, Villa, United, Liverpool, Arsenal. No team has ever won 4 titles on the trot.
Never.
It has been, to this day, up to now, it's been impossible. No one has done it. No team in world football has won a double treble. No, not even the greatest Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona sides. No one has won a double treble. So we are talking about. No, I'm not saying no one will ever do it. But I'm saying if we do either of those, we are doing what no one has ever done. And the idea that our fans should be entitled and think failing to do what no one has ever done, it's wrong. It's like saying no one's ever jumped 2 meters 60 in the high jump. If you run and have a go at it and you don't do it, that's not failure. That's just the fact that you can't jump 2 meters 60. It's never been done by anyone. So I think we need to respect the fact we're even a chance of doing it.
Listen,
it's amazing.
Sorry, I need to get Benno again. Thank you for your generosity of another super sticker. And Chroma Base with the $9.99, throwing up the Nunez emoji. I wanted to get that before Alan left. Nunez. I'm loving it, mate. Thank you.
Right, Rick,
Can I just say? Oh, go on, Nat. Sorry, Andy.
I was going to say I've jumped higher than that a few years ago, mate. When I stood on an edge of barefooted. True story. Right. So just let me ask you a question. Right. On Tuesday, and I'm going to go for you first, Vader. On Tuesday, just gone. Did you expect us to beat Brentford?
Yes, I did.
Expectations, mate.
No. I can. No, Andy. No. Because
Andy,
now,
I've got a better one. I've got a better one.
Oh, he's got a better one on you, Andy. But I'm gonna say this: going into the game, and it also going into a game and picking one game out of 38 is very different, right? With regards to Brentford and looking at our form, and then for me, and Martin knows this, I don't predict wins until I see the lineup. I had great confidence after seeing the lineup, and I'm like, yeah, I'm expecting us to win it.
No, well, I'm the same. I'm the same whether we're playing Arsenal, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. I expect us to win because of my confidence in our team. Martin, did you expect us to beat Brentford?
Yeah.
Rich, are you sober?
No. You're losing my point.
I expected us to beat Brentford, yeah.
My point is
I didn't feel.
I didn't have a meltdown because we only won 1-0 and scored. And
I didn't feel entitled.
I didn't have a meltdown afterwards about it.
I wanted to try and beat Andy here, because I want to go on to your role of that. Kind of
I'm just laughing at John Walters there. He stood on a soldering iron. Sorry, mate.
No, so let's rewind before the season kicked off. If we go back, Martin, and we reviewed our predictions, what did everyone predict was going to happen?
I said we win the league, and I still think we were.
There you go. Rich, what did you say? Hang on, Martin. Hang on, Rich.
Don't let me finish then. Ask me the question and tell me to shut up.
I predicted it correctly. We'll win the league with Liverpool second.
But the difference is, my Dodie won't come out of my mouth if we don't win the league. Yours will. There's the difference.
That's not my point.
It is your point. You cry, bitch, and moan when you don't get your pot on the table. I don't get my trophy. Where's my trophy? I want it now.
Is everybody else going to answer this question?
Johnny, that's
baby seriously. Will you let Vader answer the question, please, Martin?
At the start of the season, when the transfer window was closed, I had City winning.
Andy?
I'll let Martin answer my expectations at the start of the season, which was after the Burnley game. Go on, mate.
Yours is to win the treble.
Win the treble?
And what did I tell you, Andy? I said your
expectations
are way over the top.
Yeah, hang on. We're in a position to do it the same as we're not.
Been done twice in 23 years, mate, because it's that piss easy.
Hang on a minute. We won the domestic treble only a few years ago, Martin. So why can't we go on and win another treble?
Wow.
No. You listen, right? You're misunderstanding this point. You can all have everyone can have your expectations. It's your reaction when those don't happen.
Yeah,
it's the reactions, Ozzy.
Okay, so are you telling me if we lose the league, you're not going to be upset, Martin? Are you telling me that you're not going to come on this channel and you're going to turn around and go, I can't believe we threw the league away by a point?
If we do,
why are you saying we throw it away?
We'll go again next season. Ozzy, you know what I'm like, and you know I won't have a meltdown, Ozzy. Ozzy, I don't melt down when we draw. I don't melt down when we play bad. Yes, you can perform bad, whatever. I get it. But again, I didn't start supporting this club because we were a magnificent football club.
Let's go back to our Champions League win, Martin, and the relief and the tears that came out of you because you were so happy we won that league.
Ozzy, you're sounding like a self-entitled United fan right now, mate. I'll be honest with you. It's how you're coming across.
No, I'm just telling the truth, Martin.
You're doing exactly what we slagged off 20 years ago.
I'm just telling the truth. Andy, am I telling the truth or am I not telling the truth?
No.
All I have said is over the last 6 seasons, who's won the league? City.
I understand the
we all predicted that City were going to win the league this season.
Right. Will you have a meltdown if we lose? Be honest. We don't win the title. If we
don't win the title, I will be very unhappy. I will be like, what the hell?
Then you're spoiled, in my opinion. Sorry, you're spoiled.
Just because I'm upset we haven't won the league, I'm spoiled. I mean, I think that's shocking, Martin.
We have become spoiled. Some of the meltdowns.
Some of us have, yes. Some of us have.
Some of the meltdowns at
7 out of 8, 9 out of 10, 14 Champions Leagues in a row, 15 FA Cups. When's enough for Pep?
Yeah.
Well,
honestly,
when he cashes his pension, I think that's enough for Pep.
Because I'll tell you what, when Pep ain't here, we'll realise what normality becomes. Because when Pep ain't here no more, we ain't going to win 5 out of 6 league titles again.
Actually, Martin. Martin. As you say that,
here.
That's
here.
Yeah,
He's
Ozzy.
Not going anywhere.
This is what I'm getting at. Martin, do you think it's a case where it's like, pardon the analogy, but it's trying to get as much out of Pep now that we have it? Like, is this expectation where we got to win because we do have the greatest manager in the world, so let's get everything now, and missing out on a title is maybe where this meltdown's coming from, because some know that, or we've all witnessed it, other clubs that have had great managers, when that manager's left, there's been a lull, there's been a dip. So is maybe some of this angst where some of the fans are like, if we don't win it, I am melting down because I know my time's limited.
I don't think it is. I mean, for those of us a bit older, we used to listen to Talk Sport when United fans would phone in and they would slag off Ferguson and say Ferguson out because United went a couple of games without winning. He'd won them like
spot on
59 league titles or whatever he won.
And every other fan took the piss out.
It was offensive. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think there is a real danger that there are chunks of City fans who are becoming exactly like those United fans were. Not realistic, not really appreciating what's been achieved. Actually, and the problem with it is, is when you get that entitled, you're actually undermining everything you've done.
Yeah.
Because winning 3 league titles on the trot is incredible. What we've done is incredible.
Rich?
And the idea, of course we should care, the idea that what Pep's achieved in the last 5 years becomes a failure because we don't win the league.
The 115 charges, and we've all turned around there. We don't care what any other fan base thinks of us. We don't care that they think we spend the most money, that we've got 3 players
if we
in every
didn't care, we
position.
wouldn't get that upset, mate. You know that deep down.
I wish those TalkSport clips of how the fan base were talking of Fergie and wanting him out. Like, I wish those were in
you can't play them. They were 15 years ago, mate. You can't get them anymore.
And they probably, and they wouldn't share them now anyway, because it doesn't meet their agenda.
Why are we bothered about what other fans think, be it even City fans? All we should be doing, we should be responsible for our own thoughts and comments.
No, but Andy,
I'm worried. Andy, you're so right.
I'm not worried about what other clubs
we have to police our own fan base. I agree.
Yeah, I'm worried about what I think about it.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
You know what? This is why I spent 6 months staying away from this.
No, it's a great topic. It's a great topic.
No, I stayed away from this so damn long. If we give it our all, then that's enough for me. That's all it is. And yes, some people say, Martin, you said we'll win the league by 5 or 8 points. I think we will. That's my prediction. I'm not saying no. The difference is, if we don't win the league this year, I'll go, mate, we've competed, we've had a go, we'll get better next summer, we'll go again. I'm not going to stand out. I'm not going to go on Twitter and go, I want Pep out the door, him out the door, this is a load of shit. There's the difference. Whether we like it or not, there will be some fans who will do that.
Now, so, Martin, go ahead, Ozzy.
Go on,
go.
I'm going to go one more super chat. We need to get these out. Nathan Gray, thank you for your $4.99. My expectations change during the season depending on where we are performing, the position we are in, and how fit the squad is. You can expect to win. Fair point. Carry on.
So, Martin, let's just say, last game of the season.
With that.
Right. Come on. No. Last game of the season.
Ozzy's put something in the private chat that only we can say. That's why I'm trying to piss off.
The last game of the season, right? Let's just imagine it. It's the last game of the season. We need a goal to win the league. Haaland steps up to the plate, misses it. 90 minutes gone, end of the game. Are you telling me, Marty, you are not going to be enraged that he's missed that penalty?
You're asking me within a minute of the finishing, Ozzy.
But that's how
are you going to react, Martin?
Actually, Ozzy, I think you've made a really good point there. I'll be gutted, but I won't be enraged. I'm not going to feel anger against him for that.
I'll give them a round of applause against him.
I'll be gutted. I'll be gutted. I've never been one for being angry with City players for not achieving something. I can be devastated we haven't done it, but I don't feel anger about it. I don't feel enraged about it. It's what football is. And if we hadn't had the bad moments we've had in football, we wouldn't have enjoyed the big moments.
Jack Lee, how was it disrespectful when last week, Jack, Edison made a mistake and you come in here and said you wanted to give him a slap? That's disrespectful, mate.
Yeah, and to be fair, if anyone gave Edison a slap, he'd probably eat him for breakfast.
I know, but what you don't forget is on last week he wanted to slap Edison because he made a mistake.
Yeah.
No, but Jack
needs to be sensible. Edison would eat him for breakfast.
He wouldn't literally hit him. He would just marathon slap him.
That's the point.
We all say
Edison would literally eat him for breakfast with his straws teeth.
Thanks.
That's the thing.
And you know something? If we don't win the treble this season again, I'm going back and supporting Chelsea.
Say thank you, DC. Martin doesn't melt down. I was in past streams when we got bounced from Champions League. He was disappointed, had constructive criticism, but never melted down. See, I've got video evidence of me going out of competition, so they know I don't melt down, mate. I've got video evidence.
I know what
this is something.
All right.
No, but Martin, let's just go back to that Champions League. Was it? Was it Leon? Okay,
yeah.
And it was a complete.
I didn't have a meltdown.
I think we did have a little bit of a meltdown.
No,
we
I
had
didn't.
a meltdown against Pep because he completely messed it up.
No, I didn't.
I didn't say you did. I said we did as a collective, as a channel. We all got very upset. We all had to go
Leon.
at Pep.
We didn't have this channel on Leon.
No. But you guys must have talked.
Real Madrid.
Yeah. But was it Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Real Madrid then.
No,
but, even Leon, we still had. Even Leon, we all would have had a bit of a meltdown.
This is what I want to kind of get out is we'll have criticisms of the game and of course disappointment and the end result, but I don't think at the end of a season that we're going to be enraged, calling for a manager to go or calling for someone of the higher ups to get fired or 5 players to leave the club. I don't think we get to that point, but obviously the disappointment to not win because we have the confidence in the players and the manager to get there. But I want to say this, and I get a lot of resistance on it, but when I hear we're turning into the fan base of the club that we hate, we're turning into the spoiled brats or the entitled ones, I think we that recognize it can't remain quiet. I think we that see it and don't want to become that need to be just as loud as the young voices or the squeaky wheel or those that are making their points known. I think we need to remind them that ain't us. We're not like that. Like, fall back, relax. Because if we remain quiet and we just let it happen, I think we're doing a disservice. And I know we're probably outnumbered, but I always find that and I'm going to say this, I always find that when the senior voices, with those that have had the experience don't speak, then the young ones run amok. So
here's one for you, Andy, before I get these couple of super chats in. You're flying in with your super chats, and honestly, we do put every chat up, honestly. We put every chat up, but we do appreciate it. You don't have to super chat to do it, but it is appreciated. We will put all your comments.
We go out on the piss of at the end of the month, don't we?
As long as Robin Hood is still at the club, we'll win the league every year.
I need my beers.
Can I just say, right, Andy, we're going to wrap this up in 2 minutes because we've still got 2 other bleeding topics. We'll spend an hour on this, and I knew it'd be Pfizer. Is it an age thing? Is it an old versus young debate? This
no,
or is it more of the main? Is it right when I'm told? Is it the main road gang versus the Etihad gang?
No, I tell you what, I think what,
and that's asking a question before anyone thinks I'm trying to be a dick with that.
What?
Before anyone thinks I'm being a dickhead with that.
No, right. I can only give you my own thoughts and my own opinion on that question, and it's a valid question. I think the biggest frustration is when results don't go our way, people get really, really frustrated because mentally everyone goes back to that 34-year banner. So we think we don't want to go back there. So I think there's a bit of we don't want the shit ripping out of us again. But like I said, I don't care what other fans, be it City fans or whatever, say. I'm responsible for my comments and my thoughts. If everybody did that, the ones who chat shit will be dealt with in due course in the right.
On TikTok with Andy. On TikTok with Andy.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm boiling piss on TikTok at the minute, and it's just so funny. And do you know something? I'm just having banter with people, but they think I'm serious, and that's what it means. Some fans are really, really intense.
I have got a little bit of ITK news tonight. Sorry, Andy, you'll go mad here.
Kimmich.
No, I have got a little bit. Anyway, we'll move on. Right, Paqueta is. Apparently, the news I got earlier today, rumored. Okay. Because Uwe Rosling down there shouts at me. Paqueta is going to be cleared of all his charges, which is why the links have all suddenly come back.
Okay.
The other thing I got today rumored was it doesn't matter. It may not matter what happens with Tuchel. Kimmich is very pissed off with Bayern Munich in general.
Nope. Who told you that? Who told you that?
You know, I can't tell you who told me that. You know who told me that.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
The other problem is He's
That's
probably Paquetá a few weeks ago was like 40 million plus Calvin Phillips. He's probably gone back up to like 80 million plus Calvin Phillips now.
Did you not
take him?
He's got a lot more expensive to City.
Did you not see me comment?
I think Calvin's also lost a lot of value as well.
Hey, Martin.
Huge amount of value.
Did you not see me comment in the chat at the start? Just sold by Cav because we've got Lucas Paquetá. Right at the start of the chat.
No, I didn't see it. Sorry, mate. I was. Elliot's put yes. Game, yes. I cried a lot after the Spurs. AK for your 199. Thank you so much. Preach, Raider. The other thing I got was I'm not reading it out anymore because I'm just getting bollocks, so I'm not reading it. No, bollocks to y'all. I'm not reading it anymore.
Come on, Martin.
I'm not reading it. Joe, bollocks to me.
No, I didn't say that at all.
Andy is. Look at him.
What?
That's Andy.
What?
He's a wind-up merchant.
Some City fans on Twitter said they would like Edison sold.
No,
I think
I
that's
missed that then. What did you say? What did you say? I missed it.
The other thing was question from some that people at the club was they want to know why is it taking some of the players and the players are wondering why is it taking just them to get the atmosphere going? It needs to come both ways. Fans need to get the players going, and the players also need to get the fans going. It shouldn't all be one way.
Hang on. Can I just say that's not just at the Etihad? That's at every home ground up and down the country, mate, in the Premier League. Away fans make atmosphere at home games, if that makes sense. Our away fans are absolutely phenomenal.
Best in the country.
Andy, except for Anfield, you know when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, the only thing that they could hear on the moon was the sound coming from Anfield. It was about a week before because of the speed of sound, but they could hear that on the moon. And if you actually listen to the full transcript of Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, that was the main thing they commented on.
Small step for man.
So there was more than
giant
one
leap.
So there was more than one area.
And you'll never walk alone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
On the moon.
If there's more than one,
on the moon.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
No, I just know that there's rumours going down that we're okay. Those are the rumours going around today, and they've been going around for a while, haven't they, Andy? In the last week or two about these charges. Yeah. There's more positive thoughts coming out of the Etihad. Let's put it that way. But don't forget, it's all brown envelopes.
Would anyone take Mbappe?
Okay, here we go. A message can show you. I love what you do. I love the banner. I hope I don't come across badly. No, mate, listen, it's all opinions, and we're not all going to agree.
No, and sometimes it's
next week. Who's the antagonistic one?
In it, mate. Sometimes it's good to have a mass debate.
Kimmich. I'd love Kimmich.
He's not coming.
Kimmich would have a mass debate if Kimmich come.
Some fans have become complacent. Anyway, this is all where it was at. Anyway, let's move to the next one. Do you want to do the next one, or do you want to talk about Sir Jim coming to knock City off his perch?
Wow.
Because I mean, I'm not only. It's up to you. Like, if you want to do it, I'm not bothered.
Yeah. Martin, Chelsea fans from Failsworth should be an expert topic for you. So you should probably have your say.
I'm a Chelsea fan, yeah.
I've got an exclusive from Sir Jim.
I am from Failsworth, but I'm not a Chelsea fan.
Got the exclusive from Sir Jim.
Breaking news, Andy.
Hey, no, I've yeah. Sir Jim Radcliffe. Martin's going to get taken off air now. Now then.
Mbappe, no chance. Is there hardly any noise from the South Stand? You can't expect the atmosphere like Hamburg 09 or Madrid in the UCL. Then watching teams parking the bus, it's unrealistic. I do think the fans could try a little bit harder this year. I do think that, though. BB. I know you don't believe that, but I do think some of the fans have. And Andy, we discussed this on your channel as well. The fans could try a little bit harder this season within the stadium. They could. The club needs help a bit more, but the fans need to get up a bit more. And I think the last 2 or 3 games, they are trying harder. I do think that. I do think we are trying harder.
Everyone slagged the North stand off, mate. But I'll tell you what, I thought it was very good again on Tuesday. That's why my throat's a bit still.
Well, I got it going.
No, you weren't going.
No. Don't, because you're going to have that same idiot DMing me thinking that, you know, I had a bloody hour argument with someone thinking that's real.
Right.
Anyway.
Martin, the lady told you to sit down, didn't she, again? Right, sit down.
Anyway, right, we're going to... we've been linked with 1,000 players again today, this week, and everything else. We've been linked to Paqueta, Kimmich, Musiala, Wirtz,
Mbappe.
Miguel Gutierrez. Anything else been linked with shitloads of players? I keep saying this. Be careful who we get linked with, because we're not going to buy 15 players without selling players in the other way. You can only have a squad of 25, ladies and gents. Oscar Bob, by the way, he's going to sign his new contract, which is great news. You've got Savio, who we don't know what's going to happen with. Might end up here next season, may not. We don't know. But the thing is, we're not going to buy everyone we're linked with. This is the thing. And I think some fans are just... the other one today was Rafael Leao, which I don't know where that bloody came from.
I don't know why we can't buy every player we want.
We don't need to anyway. I mean, I think we need Rodri back up, possibly a fullback. Otherwise, we're sorted. I mean, Nunez is probably going to be going for Ballon d'Or next year. I think he's really going to have settled in, and Pep will be turning him into that player who he said was one of the best in the world before we played Sporting Lisbon. So Foden's getting better. Bernardo has now decided he hates sunshine and Mediterranean food, and he prefers steak pudding, so he's staying. So we're not really going to need anyone except a Rodri backup, and possibly if Gomez goes, a left back. So we just need to calm things down like we needed to in January, and expect some simple, focused business.
Rubbish, Rich. I want Mbappe.
You ain't going to get Mbappe.
Why not?
Because he's going to Real Madrid, mate.
How do you know?
We could offer him more money.
How do you know ITK?
Didn't it come out? Didn't it come out yesterday, the day before that he's already signed?
No.
Mate, honestly, I will give you, Andy, I'll say this live on air right now, 22nd of February, I'll give you £100 for a charity of your choice if Mbappe signs for Saturday.
I didn't say he was going to sign. I said, why not?
Yeah, that's what I said. Why not?
Who wants him? Like, he's just a poor man's Jeremy Doku.
I'm out. Go on, Rich.
I mean, what's Mbappe got? Rich. Yeah, just...
Sorry, I've got someone texting me at the same time here.
They both
One of you
played in, they both played in the Farmers League, but Doku's proven it in the Premier League, and Mbappe hasn't. So,
hang on, did you say Doku's proved it in the Premier League? Did you?
Piss off, Rich. Even I can't go that far, and I am Mr. Happy Clapper.
No, I've.
Whoa!
But Martin's not a happy clappy.
Mine's got the clap.
Yeah, by the way, the rumours of me getting paid by the football club to bring out pro propaganda is not true. Someone did accuse me of that last week as well. I get paid by the club.
Why are you bothered what other people think, mate?
You do mine. They pay you in Costas and Starbucks.
But it is true that Ozzy is employed by Arsenal FC to wind Martin up.
No, I'm not. Why don't I listen? If Mbappe joins, I will 100% get behind him, 1,000%. because he's in a blue shirt.
Bag of Skittles.
But do I want him? No.
Tell you what, actually, I'm starting to think if you were behind him, Martin, with your left foot, and Mbappe could probably do it in the Premier
Super
League.
City says, can you imagine Leo and Doku? Bring that big green summer bear. Jesus. They'll need a ball each.
If Beagry and Summerby were playing for Pep, we'd have won 6 last year.
Can you imagine Sane?
You're on such a wind up tonight, Ozzy. No, I just think fans. Listen, I understand fans get very excited on transfers, don't they? And they get really hyped, and it's like, oh, but they forget that. And I always say it's like that new toy. It's like, and the best analogy you've got is like you've got a perfectly good car, unless you're Andy's family, and it's perfectly fine. It's 2 or 3 years old.
Sorry. Felt that.
Yeah. Don't ever buy a car from the car people. No, you've got a perfectly good car, 2 or 3 years old. You love it. It's got all the gits and the gadgets. But then you get a new car and you love it. It's got even more gadgets.
Is it a Lucas Paqueta car?
Right. But you want that, even though your old car's perfectly brilliant and you get a good amount of money for it.
Why would you
want that out for the new car?
Why would you expect a good amount of money for it? That's expecting something.
You know what I mean? So I just think too many. It's like the Savio stuff now. I've read people are already like saying Savio's going to get 20 and 30 goals and got an assist next. I'm like, calm down. The guy's 19. Might not even be at City next season.
No.
Like people just need to calm themselves.
If Real Madrid are looking at him buying, as well as Bayern Munich and Barcelona.
So you think both our wingers will be 19-year-olds then, 19 and 20-year-olds then?
Got to start.
I think Mbappe's signing.
I
or are you playing Mbappe instead of Haaland?
I'd play them both.
I think we
could do a 4-4-2. Haaland and Mbappe up front.
Where are you putting Paqueta?
Have we signed him?
No, I'm asking. No, go. So, Ozzy, this is my perfect. Thank you. You're giving me the perfect lead into this. Where are you putting Paqueta?
4-4-2.
Where are you putting Foden? Where are you putting Bernardo? Where are you putting Grealish? Where are you putting Doku?
You've said Bernardo's going, so don't put him into it.
Yeah, you can't put
him. No. Hang on. No, I didn't. Behaviour. No, I'm asking the question. Where are you putting the other 5 players? Oh, what are you doing with Oscar Bob? What's putting him signing a contract?
Well, like any player, we've got to keep him in contract. So then if we do sell him, we get a premium for him.
Also, no one will take you seriously if you're not worshipping Oscar Bob. We've all heard you for 5 years.
Jeez, I don't know what serious.
You wouldn't even sanction selling him.
Didn't say I would. Just said you've got to have him under contract.
You'll come on here in a white t-shirt and white cap before you accept Oscar Bob being sold.
The point I'm making, gentlemen, is yes. So you're saying that Sabio's going to be on the wing. So again, what are you doing with Grealish? What are you doing with Doku? What are you doing with Bernardo? What are you going to do with Paqueta? What are you going to do? Where are you putting them all?
I'm not signing any of them. I'm signing back up for Rodri and maybe replacement for Gomez.
Because this is why I don't think, my opinion only, I don't think we'll get a Virtus or a Musiala because you've got Foden and KDB. No. KDB look like he's going to sign an extension. So where's Virtus going? Oh, wait,
Virtus is going to Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying then what I think people forget we've still got quality players.
But we have got an aging lot of players, especially in key positions that we're going to need to look at replacing. KDB isn't getting any younger.
Getting a new contract.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. But what I'm saying is that his minutes are going to be managed a lot more over the next few seasons.
Yeah, but
Carl Walker is eventually Carl Walker is going to lose his pace
No, so
Nunez is coming
is Phil
on for
Foden
KDB.
not going to take KDB's spot? Possible.
And
I'm not
Nunez.
saying you can't.
we
but then,
thought
but then
Foden
who's going to
Gabby
take Foden's
didn't
spot?
we?
And then what are you doing with Alvarez?
Well,
You
he'll
do
play every
realise
game.
that's why we've got a squad so we can rotate, don't you?
No, and I understand.
Squad's big enough.
But you said
Squad's big enough.
hang on, but
We've been
listen,
saying this for weeks, it's too small.
at the start of
No,
the
it's
season,
big enough.
listen, at the start of
Not
the
with
season,
all the competitions coming up.
Right,
Sorry.
We need to replace Gomez and Phillips. And that's
Right,
it.
at the start of the season, you said, so what's going to happen to Alvarez once KDB's fit and all these? Alvarez is still playing, mate.
Yeah, and Foden's been dumped out on the wing, and it shows.
No, sometimes he is and sometimes he isn't. Squad rotation, mate.
Right. So what if you had a Paqueta and a Savio into that mix? Where do they go?
But hang on, they're only rumours, mate. I only concentrate on the players what we've actually got, what have actually signed up for us.
Oh, right. So we just right. I know, Andy, we're a fan channel.
No.
I don't know if people know how fan channels work. We can debate it, mate.
Yeah, but we don't. On fan channels, I don't think fan channels should draw stuff propaganda. I'm not saying this channel is, by the way. I'm just saying there is other channels what will just draw propaganda and stir stuff up for clicks. Not the Mancunian way. I must add.
I'm asking a question because we've been linked with all these players, and a lot of people are thinking Paqueta will come in. We've signed Savio. Where do they all go and who goes?
I'll think about that if and when it happens. What? Listen, I might be dead tomorrow, so I'm not gonna worry about who's coming in the summer, am I?
Should we just move to Bournemouth then?
Hey?
What?
Should we move to Bournemouth?
Channel?
Oh, let's move to Bournemouth. Oh, Jesus.
Can you afford to move to Bournemouth? I've heard it's quite pricey.
Gotta start paying us more.
I need a week off.
Or is that pool that's really expensive?
There's a question there from Elliot. He's asked me a question. My funeral song. I tell you what my mate's was. God rest his soul. It was Going Underground. It was. It was.
The Godzilla one?
No, Going Underground. Honestly, it was blasting at Gorton Cemetery. It was really good. Best funeral I've ever been to.
You're right. Never mind. You seem to have frozen.
I just carry on. You lot control it tonight.
No, Bournemouth.
So someone said to me the other day, Martin, you don't let people speak. I said I try and keep the chat flowing and the topics flowing. And tonight everyone's just coming in a right mood. I don't know what's up with everyone tonight.
I'm just sick of happy clapping City fans.
I'm just too intimidated by the power.
Right, Bournemouth away, Saturday, 5:30. Yeah. I was Jesus. We'll come back to that. Where we at?
I thought we were still talking about Mbappe.
No, I've got to do. Hang on, there's more super chats. I do apologize.
We can talk about the
Douglas Wright. Thank
Coast.
you so much for renewing your becoming a YouTube member, and also Chroma Base for your $4.99. Hope this helps with the move to Bournemouth. Jesus, I don't know what's happened tonight.
Thanks, mate.
The lunatic running the asylum.
I'm being pissed off. Carry on. I need to go and have a minute. What is going on tonight? Do you know what it is? The Lord takes me back in hour. Sorry, we're all in a bit of a mood tonight.
Should we talk about the South Coast Mbappe, Solanke, and how much?
I tell you what, though. I tell you what I want on my headstone, and I've already told my missus, I'd rather be here than Old Trafford.
Yeah, Andy's just killed football YouTube. Forget it. No, but bother, don't preempt any bleeding watch-alongs of jack shit, because we're all dead tomorrow.
He might be dead.
So there won't be a 9320 pubcast on Sunday, because Andy won't be here.
You will, because we should have...
I'm going to be a total dick in your chat on Sunday. I'm going to be a complete and utter dick in your chat on Sunday. You wait and see.
Andy.
Don't need for that, Martin.
Getting beaten to death by a vanilla frappuccino in a Costa Cup isn't going to be fun.
Right, here's one for you. A week on Sunday, I'm going to be probably hosting my show, Pissed Up Live in Benidorm. Tune into that one. It'll be fun.
Because Mr. Fake City fan's missing the derby.
Yeah, but how many matches do you miss in accumulation of the minutes you go before full time?
I don't miss any.
When was the last time
you talk Bournemouth while I just nip to the bathroom.
Can I go yet, boss?
No. You know the rules. You got to stay there, and you got to explain yourself.
Look at that. Mine's disappeared before the end of the show. He thinks he's at the Etihad.
Typical Martin, isn't it? Let's be honest. Typical Martin.
He's just going for a Tizer.
Or a Costa. Well, let's see.
What's your favourite, Andy, when you get the family stand, what's your favourite choice of soft drink? Are you a Tizer man, Iron Brew, 7-Up, Coke? What'd you go for?
At the Etihad?
And what's your favourite chocolate bar to go with your soft drink? Bounty Bar, Kit Kat, Wagon Wheel?
I don't buy anything now, because even if you went for a Mars bar, it takes the absolute buffoons behind the counter about an hour to serve you. So I've give up with all that crap now.
And how many weeks' wages for a Mars bar?
I don't know. It costs you more for Freddos these days.
And you have to remember, you're talking to a tunnel club. That's the word I was looking for. Member, Rich. They don't serve Tizer, do they? It's champagne.
I think there's only one person who's been in the Tunnel Club, and it isn't me.
I've never been in the Tunnel Club.
I've never been.
I'm there with the masses. How have we got onto Coke?
I don't know.
Coke.
We try to do small talk about Bournemouth until Martin comes back from Costa.
So
there's one there.
Should we talk about Bournemouth?
IMAX says Andy likes J2O. I don't. Here's a true story. The last time he had sort of like J2O type orange, it was in Benidorm, and he had a fish bowl like that with all stuff in, and I drank it. And for the rest of the week, all I could taste was fresh orange. So I don't do J2O and stuff anymore.
That sounds awful.
So Bournemouth.
I suppose we're going to talk about it, haven't we, really?
Is that who we've got weekend?
That's who we've got the weekend, haven't we?
I've not looked that far in case I'm dead. It's true though, isn't it? I'm not going to worry about who's coming in and who's not.
Wow.
I worry about the things in life what need worrying about. And if Lucas Paqueta is coming to City or Wirtz or Kimmich, it doesn't interest me until it happens.
You're a bit like Alan. Until they've signed and put the T-shirt on, you don't believe it.
Yeah. By the way, did anybody see the comment? The audio and video interview with Wayne Rooney when he's about he would walk to the Etihad to be Pep's number 2.
Yeah,
he would crawl over broken glass. That's how much he would love to be Pep's number 2.
That's Jeff Thomas.
Yeah. It's true story. No, that's what he said, Rooney, in an interview to, I think it was today or yesterday. Could you imagine him being welcomed at the Etihad as a number 2? We all know what a number 2 is, and perhaps he is a number 2, but not for Pep.
Yeah,
he's a failure. He's a failure as a manager, so it's not going to happen, is it?
Did well at DC, didn't he? United.
I'm going to read some of the comments out here. I'm only going to read the ones about me, by the way. So I can't find any. Who runs the chippy now? Let's Would I take Rooney? I'd take him to that Chippy, whoever was on about above, because he likes Chippy. Bet Rooney would. Well, he can do one. Rooney. Not for me. Good night, guys. Great. Blue Art, take care. Shrek at City. Would rather have Colleen Rooney. The Mancunian way says this isn't Bournemouth.
I'd rather have Mickey Rooney.
Excuse me. I don't know who that is in the chat saying this isn't Bournemouth chat. We are talking proper Bournemouth here.
Well, come up with some Bournemouth stuff.
Who would you start against Bournemouth then?
Well, I want to start Rooney.
Edison, Ake, Akanji, Diaz, Stones at the back.
Well, okay.
Akanji right back.
Here's a question for you all then, right? Akanji, Pep seems to love him. No matter what, he always plays it. But my preferred back four would always be Ake, Diaz, Stones, and Walker. But it always puts Akanji in there.
I'd rest Walker this weekend and play Akanji right back.
Why?
Because I think Akanji is a top right back, and it's not a huge pitch. I'd prefer to play Akanji and let Stones really push up into midfield, and not use Walker wide right. Give the forwards a bit more space.
I tell you who I would start with on against Bournemouth, because I was very impressed with him in the first half. If petered out of the game a little bit in the second, Oscar Bob. He's got that Jack Grealish control with his quick. He's also got quick feet.
He's got quicker feet than Jack.
But what I'm saying is, he has that ball retention as well. So he's like a cross between Doku and Jack Grealish. To be fair, he's got that ingredient.
I'd be happy to start Bob, but the main change I'd make is that I'd give Walker a week off and I'd play Akanji, and then let Stones really go up, almost push in front of Rodri, and control the game, and then up front, I'm not sure. Obviously Haaland, obviously Foden, Bob. I think Bernardo needs a game. He looked a bit rusty the other day, so I think I'll probably play him just to get him some game time, and then I don't know.
That said though, Rich, about Bernardo, he said he looked a bit rusty. For me, he dragged us through the gate before.
I think it's Chelsea. No, I think so. I think he, Bernardo is soon going to be playing every game that we play, because when it comes down to April and quarterfinals, semi-finals, Bernardo's going to start every game. So I want to see him just getting that game time and just getting that rhythm of playing twice a week and really getting back to his best. So I'd probably play him, probably Doku, Bob Foden, give De Bruyne a rest, give Alvarez a rest.
I was just going to say that about De Bruyne. I was just going to say De Bruyne, because we said that when we was there on Tuesday night. There was something clear, and it was only Pep who said it after post-match. But during the match, we were saying there's something up with De Bruyne because they didn't even get up to warm up or anything like that. So
I said it in our private. I said it in our private chat that actually I did hear that he's actually got a bit of a niggle. That's why he didn't play.
It's not worth risking him. If it's just not worth risking him. So
and I've got a feeling.
And I think Alvarez needs a week off.
I don't think he'll play this weekend.
Who, KDB?
Yeah, I don't think he'll play.
I don't as well. So for me, the important one there is to play Foden right in the centre. Yeah, he's got to play in the centre. And I'd still give Alvarez a little bit of a breather, and I'd put either Kovacic or Nunes in that centre mid there, just to bulk it up a little bit, because I think
I don't think we'll need that. If we play a Kanji right back, we won't need it because Johnny Stones will be there with Rodri.
The interesting thing is, Nobody can pick a starting 11 for Pep because I asked the question because I keep doing giveaways and stuff like that, for people to guess Pep's starting 11. And the amount of people what got it spot on, apart from Oscar Bob coming in, and it's just like you don't know what you're going to get. Do you think that's one of the problems at the minute, Ozzy, where like this time last season, we had a settled 11, didn't we? What was, they was starting game in, game out. We're still not at that stage yet.
Yeah, it's also like, we've got relatively few injuries at the moment as well. Like I said, I know we just talked about KDB, but I agree that she's obviously out as well. But it does seem that Pep is just making these odd tinkers with the team, like putting Foden back on the wing. I think now Foden has found that magic. I think you've got to keep him in the middle, especially if KDB isn't playing. I think he's got to start him in the middle. That's why I look at it.
The guys in the chat, who do you think will start on again? Is it Sunday?
Saturday,
5:30.
So, who would you start? Would you? Because for me,
Akanji right back, and Diaz, Stones, Ake. Stones going at midfield with Rodri, so that's 6, and then the 5, Haaland, Bob, Foden, Doku, and Bernardo.
Yeah, it is a point because, as I say, I think we need to start getting back to that settled 11. I agree about KDB. If he's not quite right, do not risk him. Even though Bournemouth, even though our results have been favourable over the years, they still always seem to give us a bit of a game, especially at their place. So I would still give Alvarez. Honestly, I would still give Alvarez a bit of a breather because that's not. And I'd also start Doku on the bench because the reason why I'd start Doku on the bench, I think he had more of an impact coming off the bench again on Tuesday than he does when he starts.
Andy, do you think we're giving Bournemouth a little bit too much respect? Because you just said it there, like it's going to be a tricky game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you look at the last few results of Bournemouth; they've not been brilliant. They've had a few draws. They had a big loss against Fulham, and they had a 5-0 drubbing. Who did they? Was that the FA Cup?
Yeah,
remind me.
You're forgetting some.
They beat Swansea 5-0. They got drubbed by Liverpool.
You're forgetting some. Every team what plays City, they all turn into prime Brazil, don't they?
Like there's no easy games. No easy games in the Premier League.
Luton turned into prime Brazil against us. They rolled over at Anfield against probably their weakest side.
Andy Brentford tried to play like prime Brazil against Liverpool. Came to ours and wanted to park up 3 buses.
They want to be.
I'll correct myself. There's no easy game in the Premier League outside Old Trafford.
But listen,
I think it's not going to be easy.
Everybody wants to beat the world champions, but I expect us to beat Bournemouth.
I'll tell you who's been playing well for them. Dominic Solanke. He's got 14 goals for them. Mm-hmm. And I think he could be a bit of a threat at the weekend.
Never beaten us in the Premier League. To be totally fair, they've never beaten us in the Premier League. Now, I know that's bloody hell tempting fate right now. But we have got a really good record. And there's one person we've all missed out here. We've missed out for a little while. And you talked about, someone mentioned it while I was on the phone then, Kyle Walker. Could this be a game Rico comes back in?
No, I think Akanji plays right back.
No.
Oh, I'm meaning this thing because Rico just seems to have gone completely off the radar, doesn't he, at the minute?
It's not a bad thing, mate. Because
I'm not saying it is. I'm just he's gone.
He was under a bit of pressure, wasn't he? Because
he's not even coming on though, is he? He's not even coming on at the moment into games anymore.
It's fine. That's why I'm not too concerned about Oscar Bob, mate. Because if Pep is doing with Oscar Bob and Rico what he did with Foden, look at the results we got with Foden through that, mate. So there's no there's no rush to get these players like Rico and Oscar Bob playing every single week, because that's not going to happen. Let's bring them in gradually, otherwise we'll ruin them.
What about this?
And to be fair to him, he was getting bullied.
His goal difference, or would you? I mean, do you know why maybe it's me, and this goes back to early on, and I'm going to be careful with words. I think we'll win the league. I think we won't need goal difference. Again, that's just my expectation, but like coming back to earlier on, I won't have a meltdown. I've got to keep saying this now. I won't have a meltdown if we don't win the league. But I think we will win the league. But the only reason I'm not bothered about goal difference is I don't think it comes down to goal difference. Because let's put on, mate, Liverpool are squeaking games. Last night, flattered Liverpool massively against Luton. For 60 minutes, if Liverpool were playing an Arsenal or a City last night, I think they might have got beat.
Yeah. But
the two big games that we've got to really kind of...
That Liverpool side, the whole side costs less than one of Luton's signings. And I think people need to understand the disparity in resources between Luton and Liverpool. If that was City, it would have been talked about a lot.
I think the two big games that I think that could decide the title is the two away games that we've got coming up, which is Liverpool away at Anfield and Spurs away. We've not got a great record against Spurs at the new White Lane, and we've only got a result in the last few seasons at Anfield. So
I'd be very surprised if we don't absolutely batter Spurs. We took 102 shots to score a goal, and I wouldn't be surprised if we score 4 goals in our next 8 shots at Spurs. I think that's one where I do feel we're guaranteed to win. I just think it's the way it goes. You have buses don't come along for ages, and then suddenly about 6 of them arrive at once. And I think we're going to see that at Spurs. Liverpool away is hard. I think there's going to be games like Bournemouth away, Brighton away that are going to be tricky. Even though arguably our away form has been standout and far better than our home form, they're the ones that worry me. I actually think Spurs is one of the most guaranteed 3 points we're going to have in the rest of the season.
No, I'm not scared.
Have you been bantering with Leo Turner?
No. You see it with City, with football. Something you can't do for ages. Once you do it once, you do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I actually think Spurs away is going to be a real good fixture for us coming up.
Because I consider Spurs a bit like Chelsea. You don't know what you're getting until you play them. They're so unpredictable.
That's fair. Fair.
They're going from world beaters to panel beaters, aren't they? You just don't know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay, Arsenal scored 11 goals in 2 games. Even I thought they'd go and win in Porto last night, and they didn't have a shot on target.
Yeah, it was a bit pathetic, that.
It just shows you. This is the trouble with football, and this is why I always have an air of cautiousness. And it's not played on paper. That's the thing with football. And I know a lot of fans are scared of Liverpool, and yes, I respect them. I don't fear them, because if we win our game in hand, which is Saturday, we've won the same amount of games as them. They've drawn one more than us when we've lost one more than them. So we're kind of level. And they've got 10 players out at the moment, injured.
And Martin, they keep scoring 4 goals, though, don't they? And winning.
Right.
I've said it's all.
Do you think it's going to come down to goal difference, Alan?
Well, I have thought about it recently, because while City are winning 1-0 or 2-1, I really do think we need to increase our pace and our intensity in games sometime to score more goals.
You know I could not disagree with you more.
I got a different spin on that, Alan.
We won the treble.
I think in games
we're conserving
energy. I
for
think
when it matters. Spot on. And I think it's deliberate. I think our coaching staff have got that. It's, we want to try and make sure we've won the game, but we are not wasting an ounce of energy chasing 4 or 5 goal wins to make the fans all happy. Like, it's a sign of insecurity, and it's going to cost Liverpool dearly and Arsenal that they haven't got the maturity as a side to take it calm.
I know. Matt, I'd just like to give a team like Bournemouth a real proper touch-up.
No, but it might. The point is, what I think what Rich and Andy are saying is that might come in April for us, whereas Arsenal and Liverpool may not do that in April.
Listen, Arsenal ran out of steam last season. Liverpool normally run out of steam towards the end of the season because they go for it.
Yeah.
It's in the air, not that.
And we did. We saw against Chelsea in the Champions League final what happens when we go for it and we waste energy in Jan and Feb. Yep. We fell over the line that season. Yes, we got the league, but we were not good at the end of the season. We dropped the FA Cup. We lost the Champions League, and that was because we wasted energy chasing 4 goals to keep fans happy. And it's honestly a sign of utter insecurity. And Jurgen Klopp is going to look back on his career when he's 80 and realise the times he cost his sides winning trophies by getting intense, not changing the team, and worrying about the 5th goal when he should have been getting Mo Salah and Firmino and Mane off the pitch, resting and worrying about next week.
But you know something as well, considering we've not played well this season, you've got to look at the injuries we've had. You've got to look where we are in the league. We're getting players back now, so surely it's time for us, as we do every season, kick in at this time of the season. We're in the business end of the season now, so when you've got Liverpool and Arsenal going for it, like you say, Rich, 5 goals. What score 5 goals? What's Pep doing? He's taking players off. We're just trying to do game management. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to see us get a couple of goals ahead rather than just like we saw against Brentford. However, them players trust each other. They trust each other to know what they're doing. Edison, for instance, people was on his back a little bit against Chelsea, and then Edison was just like, he was just immense against Chelsea, So all these little elements, they just trust each other to do the job. They know each other. They know each other inside out, don't they? So
people forget Liverpool have still got to go to Villa Park. They've still got to play Everton in the derby. Still got to go to the Swamp. So they've still got difficult games. They're not going to go and batter teams 4 and 5 every week. And all I'm saying is, I understand the goal difference worry, but it's one game could turn that all around. If we win 4-0 one week and they only win 1-0, we're about a goal behind.
And why are we worrying about
we're that far apart goal difference wise? I think we're 4 goals behind them.
Why are we worrying about everyone else? So we just need to, like we always do, for the past God knows how many seasons, the players, the club, City fans, we've only worried about what we're doing, not about other teams. So I don't understand why. I'm not you, by the way. In general, where we're starting to worry. Oh, what are Liverpool doing? Or what are Arsenal?
I think that's City-itis, Andy. That's the City-itis coming out.
Do you know something? And I've said it. How many times have I said it to you? I don't think Liverpool are the team they used to be. I don't think Arsenal. I think Arsenal are a worse team this season than there was last season.
I think Arsenal are going to run out of steam.
And that's with Declan Rice as well.
I don't think they'll run out of steam. I just think they'll shit themselves at the crucial time again.
Ireland were crap last night, mate.
I watched them.
They were crap. They didn't have a shot on target.
I watched them. They didn't play with any intensity. They just played for a draw.
That's my point. The thing is, Liverpool, you'll know this, Ozzy, Liverpool are about to go into a Thursday-Sunday run. Yeah. Arsenal are now in the Champions League, and what I was talking to Sad, who goes on Judge Mo, who's a very sensible Arsenal fan, and he said we don't know how we're going to react coming into the Champions League and then playing in the league. We've got that experience. We know how to manage that. Whereas Arsenal, this is brand new for them in the first time in 10 years. Yeah. And he showed us. Listen, I still think they'll get through Porto, but it's when they get a harder team. Because they were playing a Real Madrid last night or an Inter Milan. I think Arsenal would have really struggled.
They got spanked.
Yeah.
Simple as.
And Liverpool, if Liverpool were playing City last night with their injuries, I think we'd have beat them.
Listen,
and that's no disrespect.
Let's take one game at a time. I know it's an old cliche, but that's what the players are doing. So
focus on Bournemouth.
I mean, here's one. KDB. Pep said he's all fine now. No worry.
Doesn't play. Rest.
Don't play. Put him on the bench. Don't play.
Saturday is going to be. Johnny Stones is getting man of the match on Saturday. Johnny Stones is going to. Kanji's going to play right back. Johnny Stones is going to step up, and he's going to let Rodri take it easy, and Johnny Stones is going to win City the game.
I actually think the Bournemouth match is a game for midfielders, out-and-out midfielders, with just a Haaland up front. I wouldn't even really play with wingers as such. I'd have the likes of Foden and your Bernardo just dipping in and out.
And Oscar Bob.
Yeah. That's how. Well, Oscar, you could put Oscar Bob there. I'd definitely
Oscar Bob. I'd play.
I would definitely give Alvarez a bit of a rest. I think he's been brilliant for us this season.
And play Mateus Nunes.
Yeah, or Kovacic.
Yeah, Nunes.
Oscar Bob.
Listen. Play Kovacic and let Rodri go forward a little bit.
Oh, Alan, someone left you a super chat earlier.
What did they say?
Nunes.
Yeah, he's good at driving. He's good at driving the transfer in Piccadilly at the moment. He's developed. He's going on the Bury to Altrincham line, so he's doing that next week.
As Benny says there at bottom, it's serious time now. So let's not dick around. Let's just put the midfield bomb-proof, because you telling me if we don't just play midfielders like that, Foden can score. If KDB plays, KDB, we know Haaland can, we know Bernardo can, we know Rodri can.
What did Jack say earlier on? Nunes can play Bournemouth, he can play the shit teams. Yeah, he just proved my point from about an hour ago, mate.
All I'll say is I was texting Richard, Andy, and Martin. If Nunes is playing the weekend, I will be texting you all. And
why do I get missed out?
Well, I'll text you as well if you want to text. But I don't know if you're working or not.
I'm going to get you a half and half scarf. Nunes, Otamendi. Beautiful. Yeah. Andy, you could have that made, couldn't you? A Nunes, Otamendi, half and half scarf.
A half and half scarf with Mateus and Nunes.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I think the general deserves a place.
Listen, are you going to come down for the weekend from Sydney down to Melbourne and come in with your brother to present it to me in the Imperial? Is that what you're going to do?
An Otamendi Nunes scarf, I might do.
Does anyone think I would go around the panel? Ozzy, any drop points on Saturday for you?
No, I think as you alluded to earlier on, history would tell us that, I don't think Bournemouth have got that much chance. That's not being arrogant. That is just being the truth. I know that there's that worry and that hesitation that there's a banana skin, but honestly, I think we've got way too much quality. I just think even if it's another 1-0, I mean, right now, as you've all been saying, it's just getting through the games up until when we need to hit our top level.
Yeah, I agree. Right. Rich?
I don't think we're entitled to get anything there. I'm not expecting anything. So I think
putting any shit in the title ever again.
As long as we really work hard and do our best, I'm going to leave happy with what the team's done.
Ozzy, you are never allowed to give me ideas on topics ever again because it's caused World War 3, 4, 5, and fucking 6 tonight.
I think it's been a great
show.
It's been brilliant.
Are you staying over there or not? Or are you just going straight back to London?
I'm going down there for the day. I'll be come back to London.
Yeah. Rich will be in the Vitality on Sunday. So if anyone sees Rich, go over and buy him a pint because he's already had a skinful today. As you can see,
entitled.
He needs another one.
Definitely. I'm entitled definitely to a lot of pints, and I'm expecting.
Richard, don't get lost when you're walking across the cricket field, stroke park towards the ground, because that's what you have to do. So
I thought you forgot what going to grounds over there looked like.
Mate, I went to the Bournemouth a few years back. So
is it like?
Ooh, yeah.
Alan, is it like that park at Swindon at the county ground? That big park just out the back.
You get to the main road, you turn right, there's about 2 or 3 pubs on the right-hand side that are quite nice. Actually.
Anyway, Andy, are you expecting us to drop any points, mate?
I don't know. Is this the post-match Bournemouth?
No, but I'm ending in about 2 minutes.
I reckon on Saturday it'll be 2 each. 2 for Ireland and 2 for Foden.
Alan?
I think we'll win 2-0.
Right, lovely. Right, okay, now I think we'll win. We're all entitled pricks. Anyway, right, I can give you the date for it will be Friday or Saturday, the 24th of March. The 22nd or the 23rd of March is when the 12-hour charity stream will go ahead for Alzheimer's UK. I've spoke to loads of people. They're all coming on. The main road show will begin during that 12-hour stream. Big Steve's coming on to do an hour with that.
What time's that?
I don't know. Also, there will be a very special, hopefully I'm trying to arrange, the 9320 Pubcast will run its own show for an hour on it'll be on the Mancunian way via his channel as well, but it gives me an hour off to go and get a bite to eat. Alan will come on, Rich, Ozzy, everyone's going to be on. We've got panel City Extra coming on, loads of people coming on throughout the 12 hours. We'll have different panel shows, not panel beaters. We'll watch some old City games, watch me play a little bit of FC 24. It will start at 12 p.m. in the afternoon, finish at midnight.
Mine on 24.
And I'll do some giveaways during the course of the day as well.
Yeah,
and can you get Costa? Can you get Costa Coffee to sponsor it?
Yes, I can have it delivered. No, I'm going to have it delivered.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'll be doing a special 1 hour on Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, we'll have a Rich rant.
That's what everyone wants.
I haven't told Ozzy this yet, but Ozzy might come on and give us an EDS special. Also, there will be a subscriber phone-in show as well. We're going to have different shows going out. There'll be a subscriber phone-in show. So at some part during that hour, you can come on, have a tune mag. Come on. You don't even have to be on camera. You can just, as long as your voice is there, come and have a chat. Come and meet Alan. Jesus.
We've all got to work on our fake accents. So we can see if any of us can get away with Martin.
G'day, mate.
Phoning Martin.
G'day.
If any of us can get away, that's got to be worth a payment from the others.
Also, just so you all know, on that day we'll do the
Danny. I like Dave Martin.
We're going to give away a £50 gift voucher. Can I speak, Alan? Because I'm talking about the charity stream, mate. Thank you. £50. Cheers, Rich. Cheers, Alan. £50 gift voucher to the first prize. Second prize, £25. We'll give away a treble medal. Plus, this will also be given away to someone in the UK. Has to go to UK, this. Because somebody won the book who was very lucky. Cost me 30 quid in just from Amazon to get it over to him.
Racist.
Let me just, so I will try everyone I can, but it does cost a lot. But this will also go out.
What is it?
I'm going to give it to Pat as well. This is all the kits from down the years.
Oh, nice.
Nice and framed.
Can I make a suggestion about that, please, Martin?
Yes.
I would say anybody enters, but anybody from overseas will have to pay their own postage.
Yes, we might do that. That's a good idea.
That's you out
has to be 12 hours, Jenny, because of our working hours and things like that, I'm afraid, because everyone here has jobs during the week.
You know, I wouldn't even do 12 hours, mate. I'd do half a day or something instead.
No, I'm doing 12 hours.
Job.
Simo, thank you for renewing your membership for 12 months.
Oh, look at that.
Anyway,
Look at that. He's pissing himself.
High five.
We will be back on Saturday night around about 9:30, 10 o'clock. We'll do it. We'll do the post-match around about 9:30, 10. Not too late. I want to say thank you to everyone. Don't forget, Manway, savageonlinestores.co.uk. Put in the code Manway. Get yourself 10% off.
And a free coaster.
Goodies, and a free coaster. As well. Thank you to Ozzy.
Pleasure.
You entitled little sod. For some reason, everyone's gone really mad tonight. Thank you to Peter Beagra.
Yeah.
I know how to beat a man twice.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
And down £7 before he comes on a stream. And big thank you to Mateus Nunes, his #1 fan down there, Alan.
Hello, lad. Hello, lad. Ta-da, lad. Ta-da, lad.
You should be living nowhere near any kind of, no, I won't say it. And Uwe Rosler down there, thank you.
You go.
Don't worry, Martin. Ankle bracelet technology is pretty good now.
I love the way Rich knew exactly where I was going with that.
I think we all did.
No, but honestly, and Vader had to jump. He will be live tomorrow, 3 p.m. Vader Games TV. He's back. He's had his little 2 months off. He's back tomorrow with Why Always Me. Also, Andy has a show on Sunday night, 7 p.m.
Yeah, we should have Izzy Christensen on Sunday.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
And I will see you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. over on Judge Mo. And then we'll be back Saturday.
I don't know for you tonight. I've had over 2 hours.
If you want to see some more of me, I'm on representing the City Camp on Judge Mo tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then also I will be back Saturday between 9:30, 10 p.m. with all the post-match to where City take a big old bite out of the old cherries.
Hang on, Martin. David Pike.
All right. Thank you for the super sticker, mate. £2. You are amazing. Thank you so much. What have you got her on, Andy?
Excuse me. She should be on our show on Sunday night.
Bottom of the bed.
I think Izzy Christensen's the best pundit on TV. Not the best female, but the best pundit on TV.
Take care, all, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye, all.
See you then. Bye.
That comes up on the way out. And I promise you, next stream will be a lot more professional. I promise.
Why I won't be on it then?
Bye, all.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Ta-da, lad.